to the part 2 of the average rate of change video. In this video we're going to solve two application examples, and for example this one says the amount of money, and the amount of money will be represented by A of t, and savings account that pays 6% interest compounded quarterly for t years. When an initial investment of $2,000 is made, is given by the following formula. A of t equals 2,000, the principal, times this factor of growth, 1.015 to the 4t. So the first question is find A of 3. This is just to start calculating the things we will need to calculate our average rate of change. So the amount after 3 years will be given by 2,000, 1.015 to the power of 4 times 3. So 4 times 3. Let's write that as a 12. It's probably better. There you go. So now we go to our calculator and obtain the value. And we obtained 2,300. That is horrible. 2,391 with 23. And since we're talking about money, we're just gonna leave it with 2 decimal values or digits. So then, what does this mean? Sorry, before I move on to the next step, it says interpret this result. This is the amount of money or dollars in the account let me write it nicely, after 3 years or at year 3. All right, so for A of 5 we just substitute t with 5 and we get the same expression, except now instead of having a power of 12 we're going to have 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. And we put that in the calculator again to obtain our value. We obtain 2693 with 71. And so the average rate of change, that's the next thing we're asked to calculate, between the years 3 and 5 would be the amount of money at year 5 minus the amount of money at year 3 divided by 5 minus 3. So we get 2693.71 minus 2391.23 divided by 5 minus 3 is 2, which would be the number of years that have passed, and that gives us the increase, or the average increase in the account per year. Let's calculate. We obtain 151.24 per year. That's in dollars. Okay. So one thing you do have to be careful whenever you do your rate of change is to add the appropriate units, because if I would just write 151.23, was it? 24. I changed here the number. Let me fix that. If I were just to say the amount without giving the units, then the number makes no sense whatsoever. I do have to say this is number of dollars per year, and the units are given, since the amount is given in dollars and the time is given in year. That's why you get dollars per year. All right, so that's that for this problem. It's, as you can see, it's very simple. It's just a matter of evaluating the function and then calculating the slope. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Oh, I guess I have the answer already typed in. Let's make sure we get that right answer. Alright, so let's suppose that we have a company and the revenue is given by this formula. The revenue in dollars and X is the number of cars they're selling. So let's find what the average rate of change between 300 and 301, what that is, or what that is the value of that. So we write our formula and we get that this would be the number of cars sold, sorry, the revenue when we sold 301 cars minus the revenue whenever we sold 300 cars divided by now the amount of cars. I was flip-flopping them. So 301 minus 300. So what we get here is going to be the revenue of selling 301 minus the revenue of selling 300 divided by the number of, or the difference between the numbers of cars. In this case, it's just one car, so this would just be the revenue at 301 minus the revenue at 300. So let's calculate that. So for the first one, I get 300,093 with 99. Minus, then I calculate the revenue at 300, so I just plug it into this equation. And I obtain $299,100. And then the difference gives me 993 with 99, which I guess that's why I wrote 994. But in reality should be 993 with 99 dollars per car, or per the increment of one car sold. So what this is telling me is the increment in the revenue for selling one extra car. So for that extra car I sell right after the 300 cars. All right, and that's that for this section. So this is a pretty short video. Make sure to complete your homework in this section, and if you have any questions, you can go to the online session and ask them right there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.